Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. And I got some serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster. It could turn your joy and laughter to tears and pain. You know, love, it's in need of love today. Oh my goodness, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome to the mental house. I can't even believe I got that out as early as it is. But that's how anxious I was really ready to get here and just do a video um, because I really, because of some emails that I had received and things that were, came in my inbox. It's a lot of y'all can relate to having high conflict individuals in y'all life, whether they be a mother, a wife, a sibling. And so I understand. It's just something that in the black community we don't talk about a lot. We don't talk about mental health issues, which I think is really crazy. In lieu of everything that we see, um, in 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 spite of all the knowledge that we've gotten so far, and we continue to get about how this a lot of destructive behavior that we engage in as we get older has a direct correlation between how we was raised, what our families of origin was like, were we abused as children, did we have sibling abuse, and when I talk about this, it's not like I expect any type of family to be perfect. So come on, I'm not going there, or like it's gonna be a beautiful day every day. And we never fight, we just disagree. That's fine. That's a good one, and that's as it should be. Actually, um, we just disagree, but there are actually houses and households, um, because I was in one of them where we actually physically attacked one another. I have physically attacked my brothers, and my brothers. Actually, I can't really say that they. When I really think about it, my younger brother and I, we used to stay going at it. Um, but my older brothers, in all honesty and fairness, they didn't. They were taught not to do that. So, in all honesty, but we did have sibling abuse. So, if it's one physical, then it qualifies. So, I just want you to know I'm just saying us because nobody's exempt from this. I'm not sitting up here making videos about shit I'm not even familiar with or have had struggles with. So that's just the first thing. I'm not separating myself. I'm letting you know this shit is real. Um, I remember feeling like this is so crazy. Even with my parents, I just remember feeling like, why are they one way out here, and then when we go home, it's a whole different story. My dad would be out, and we would be with him, and he would be speaking Arabic half the time to all his friends, and we knew a few words and few sentences in Arabic, so we could respond in certain ways, and we definitely knew how to pray in Arabic. But my point was, there were things that were just going on that were totally different when we got behind the doors. My father had a real violent temper, and he didn't know how to handle stress very well. So his way of um, calming a situation or telling children to calm down is if you don't do it, and if you don't do it fast, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna damn near murder you. So you already knew when he got mad, you need to be totally out of his peripheral, out of his space and anything, because he was just a madman when he got angry. I know also a reverend, especially this is prevalent in these religious households where these children we get beat. Most black families, the kids get beat, but in a lot of religious households, you'll be surprised. Um, I remember a bishop uh, throwing a glass. Well, I don't remember per se, but I know of the story. Okay, and he threw a glass at his own daughter, and she put her arm up like this, and that's what stopped the glass from hitting her in the face. But it cut her arm, cut her arm. Um, or him, stomping his children because they might have done something. The girls might have been acting fast or something like that. But yet and still, when Sunday came, he get up in the pulpit and preach as if nothing had happened, and as if he can give advice to other people, and they suck it up. And it's clearly obvious that this man has some emotional uh, abuse issues that he hadn't worked out, because it's almost like being in a plantation, being up under his, dictatorship. I'm saying all this to say there are some abuses that set you up, and it can set you up for um, some of the most horrendous relationships that you could possibly be in. And I think the mother of all of those relationships, we talk about narcissism, is the damn borderline personality disorder person. Oh my goodness. Now, I am going to gather my information up about the borderline, because when a borderline comes into a room, they are the most charming, charismatic chameleons that you would ever want to meet. And if you really, really, really accepted and had abuse in your uh, family of origin, it is a very, very good possibility that you're going to attract a narcissist if you're codependent, of course, or you're going to be the narcissist. And that word is so overused that people just think narcissism means just a person that's full of themselves. No, because it's a lot beyond that. But I still say the mother of all personality disorders are people with BPD, because they try to destroy people. They actually try to grind you, grind you, grind you, grind you down until you just die. And the sick part about this relationship is that it's so enmeshed. There's something that's called the borderline rage. Most of the people that you see that make false allegations against people, those are people with BPD. The people that stalk you or really do some horrendous things, they get so angry that their feelings are almost like needles sticking on their skin. At the slightest bit of uncertainty, or they feel like you are questioning them, you are in for a rage that you never had before. Okay? And your family of origin sets you up for these type of relationships. And the reason why I focused on the borderline was because some of the letters, one of the letters in particular, where the young man was just seemed like he can't let go. He's using every excuse in the world to put up. He rationalizes, he excuses, and everything for this person with this really, really crazy behavior. And I know you know who you are. And all I'm saying to you is, uh, start with obviously what I said poked a nerve in you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said what you said about your family. It's not a matter of probably if it happened, if it's something in you, if in when I say it resonated in you, it's something that happened to you that you're uncomfortable with in the inside, and that's the inside that's trying to get loose. It's trying to express itself. So you have to look at it like that. And I would just encourage you to think, get quiet, think about some of the things that you've accepted, or your relationship with your mother, your relationship with your father, if if your relationship with your siblings, whatever. Examine those relationships with a fine-tooth comb, where you validate it, where you talk to with respect, where you would talk to like you mattered. Where did your parents play favoritism? All those kind of things are damaging to the spirit, and especially for the child that's accepting all this goody, great stuff happening to them, but yet the other siblings are being treated like shit. That's a real different dynamic. And sometimes you can be an only child, and your mother can treat you like the good child one day, and then the worst child the next day. So, but what I would really suggest is that you really, really examine that, because that is going to give you the answer as to why you are putting up with so much craziness in this relationship. I would really, really, really love to share your email with all the rest of our subs on the page. However, you did not give me permission. But I can rest assured you are in a relationship with somebody that is a borderline personality disorder person. Um, and for those of y'all who say like, what's the difference? What is all these labels? Because I hate labels, but it reminds me of the scene. What he told me reminds me of the scene from this movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. You remember the scene where I can't think of her. Lynn Whitfield took the orange and bashed herself in the face with the orange, and Martin was going to the hospital to see her. And then when he got there, he got arrested, I believe, because they said he did it. Because she told him that is exactly what this young man described in his letter. And this is the kind of behavior he put up. Now he's never had a record until he met her. Now he's got domestic violence on his record and all kinds of craziness. And I really, really would like to share that letter with everybody. But again, you let me know if it's okay. Okay? Let me see if I can pause this for a second.